business. Change. But today, even change is changing. It's fast, unpredictable, liquid, requiring businesses to be more responsive than anyone ever imagined. Old business models are transforming. New business models are coming out of nowhere. Disruption is the new normal. Today, a brave new model for IT is required to enable businesses to be bold. Boldness empowered by applications, empowered by cloud, empowered by VMware. It's one that accelerates traditional public cloud models. One so flexible and secure, it does more than adapt to change. It anticipates it. One that's software defined, capable of harnessing on-prem and public clouds to form a single unified platform that can run any application anywhere. One cloud, any application.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage VMware Chief Executive Officer Pat Gelsinger.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to have you all with us today. To those online, thank you for joining us. To our press and media who are joining us, thank you for joining us. And I also want to thank the many VMware engineers and business leaders and personnel who work so hard to bring the products that we'll be discussing today. And it truly is an honor to be their leader and CEO. Our focus today will be on these three simple themes. One cloud, that today as we deliver on these announcements will enable any application to run on any device. And this is the focus as we roll out our strategy for one cloud that is unique, capable, and powerful in exciting and interesting new ways. But before looking at that more deeply, let's take a step back and take a broader look at the world that we live in. And we see that there is simply change, disruption, business models, technology-driven innovations, new companies that are emerging, that are changing everything. And we simply think about that as it's becoming a more dynamic, maybe liquid world, as we would describe it. And as we think about that against different industries across the world, we see every industry is being transformed by these set of forces in powerful ways. And we've talked about many of those, but maybe just a couple of specific examples today. For me, one of them is education. In my spare time, I serve on the board of William Jessup University in Sacramento, a Christian liberal arts university. And as a board member, we're struggling with what do all of these changes mean to the traditional education? What does Khan Academy and edX mean for education? And it's causing us as board members to say, how do we transform the university for tomorrow? Many of you know I'm a farm boy. I started in the industry knowing more about cow chips than computer chips. And as we used to have any tractor as long as it was green was good. And then you look at a company like John Deere who has to transform itself in this world. Where now they're worried about what do mobile applications allow for satellite communications to precision farming, and managing in a new and exciting way how they deliver value to farmers. The foundation of our very nation. And John Deere is a company founded in 1840 is being transformed by these same forces and effects today. We're on stage in our panel, we had Lending Tree, and the implications that that's having on financial services. As we think about that, what's shaping this liquid world? At the foundation, we see that the enablers of this environment is a fundamental new infrastructure. Mobility and cloud is creating the environment that allows these disruptive forces to emerge in a powerful and stunning way across every industry that we see today. But harnessing the power of that new infrastructure has its unique challenges. And there are aspects of it as we look at this, which devices do I support? How do I deal with distributed security and infrastructure requirements against it? How do I manage from my today resources and transition to the tomorrow cloud environment? Every one of these presents a unique challenge to people as they try to embrace that powerful new capability of the mobile cloud world. So as we're looking at that, we spent significant time, and we just came off of our worldwide sales kickoff, and so I did a quick look at my 2014. In 2014, I had 712 customers I met with over the course of the year. That plus the numerous conversations and analysis and discussions we've had with customers, they're looking for these three things. They want their infrastructure to be instant. They want it to be fluid, that they can move very quickly and dynamically. And of course, they're looking for it to be secure, something they can trust and have confidence in. And these attributes are general for customers everywhere. All customers are looking for this. And against this, VMware has said, we are out to build brave new IT. What we want to enable is a new model of IT that allows those working with us, our customers, our partners, to be brave in the face of this change, to deliver to their business partners this new infrastructure for this world, brave new IT. And we believe that fundamentally we are the best partner that CIOs and IT can have to execute in this world that is increasingly liquid, and that they need a brave new model for IT to execute in this world. And we see that we've earned the right to have those discussions with our customers and our partners. Because over the last decade, we have created more value, more change, and more benefit to their infrastructure than any other technology or any other company. We created this idea of the software-defined world, the software-defined data center. And fundamentally, customers now broadly say, software-defined, yeah, I want that. I get that. We also see that we're uniquely enabling this ability of seamless hybridity, that it's not this or that, it's and, right? And we're enabling the unique capabilities to deploy any app, right, any workload across a single set of cloud resources. And finally, people need security, but they don't want bolt-on technologies that we've been attempting to add after the fact, but they need it intrinsically built into the fundamental architecture. And again, that is the VMware approach to delivering security, intrinsically enable this at the foundations of the technologies themselves. So we are out to uniquely enable that world, to uniquely enable those three things. And our architecture for that is any application, traditional applications and new applications. We have to embrace and deliver them all, because as you heard on the panel, right, that it is bridging across those two worlds. It can't just be the new applications. It has to access resources and data from the old. So it must accomplish both old apps as well as new apps. And our architecture against that is what we call one cloud, the hybrid cloud, the combination of private cloud, traditional data centers being moved and operated as a on-premise cloud, managed clouds, a broad set of resources that someone else is managing for you and meeting your unique requirements, or true and complete public cloud. The hybrid cloud, right, those three operating in a compatible and complete way together. And the architecture for that, the foundational technologies for one cloud, is the software-defined data center. And within that, there are four components. Our foundational product, compute, vSphere, with network virtualization, NSX, storage virtualization, and all through a common plane of management, operating seamlessly across those three environments. And once we've created that model, once you've created the hybrid cloud, it then enables you to transform infrastructure underneath. It enables you to go from build your own to converged infrastructure to hyper-converged infrastructure, as we laid out that strategy and capability for the industry to transform from, rather than building yourself, to getting it as a complete embodiment of the infrastructure requirements. And of course, to finish the picture, those apps and services need to be delivered on any device in a completely managed and secure way. And this, we believe, is the most comprehensive and complete picture of what IT needs to be built for tomorrow. A seamless, complete picture of IT architecture for one cloud, on any app, onto any device. Now, today's announcement is about a new layer of management. against that, and a new set of ingredients that enable the unified platform against that architecture, right? Both on and off-premise capabilities that are enabling the software-defined data center to be implemented across private, managed, and public cloud. Today we're announcing our flagship product, vSphere, key new breakthroughs in storage, key new breakthroughs for enabling the storage industry, enabling our new hybrid cloud networking capabilities, and finally through new management technologies with OpenStack. Let's look at each one of those a little bit more closely. VMware NSX has been a breakthrough in how networking is done. We've now built it into our cloud, and today, new hybrid cloud networking services with it. New integrated OpenStack, VMware integrated OpenStack, a complete OpenStack distribution from VMware with the best ingredients on earth. The flagship product, VMware vSphere 6, and major breakthroughs in how storage is done and operated with Virtual SAN 6 and virtual volumes. Two weeks ago, Bill Fathers and his team announced that we have now built virtual networking, NSX, into our public cloud. And this is a powerful capability because it allows new networking services to be delivered as part of our vCloud Air service offering. So we have just made our public cloud better, unique, and powerful ways inside of the network. Today's announcement is extending that so that we can actually deliver hybrid cloud resources that we can connect and extend people's private clouds through the VMware Cloud Air public cloud and allow them to see this as a literal extension of their private cloud data center. No change to their internal network. They're using standard protocols that they run today inside of their network, but now they're able to have this gateway to the public cloud that allows them to have hundreds of virtual networks across a single WAN connection that enables them to literally have this be seen as an extension of their on-premise data center. Never before possible that they can view, literally, their own private secure connection into a public cloud alternative. We would simply say this enables zero trust security. You don't have to trust anything, and it has now become part of the trusted environment that they're in. And to complete this picture, NSX, which we've been shipping since Q4 of 2013, now we have greater than 400 customers, incredible industry adoption and momentum for this, a foundational technology for the software-defined data center. And as the title says, the power of a single network, private, hybrid, public, all of those being connected through a single set of networking capabilities. The first time ever that hybrid cloud network can be fully implemented by customers, a powerful new capability. Our second major announcement of the day is VMware Integrated OpenStack. And this is taking the power and flexibility of these OpenStack APIs, this bubbling cauldron of innovation that's happening in the industry, and embracing it with the best ingredients on earth, at the compute, at the storage, at the networking level. These OpenStack APIs now are being enabled right on top of that broadly deployed infrastructure that our customers have and can now be consumed and accessed in new and flexible ways. And I say, it's not just that it's the best of breed components, but it's also a better way to deploy an OpenStack environment. The user interface is well known and elegant, as they would access these new ingredients as part of it. And it comes through all VMware customers. All Enterprise Plus customers of VMware today get this for free. So literally, over half of the VMware customers today now have immediate access to the best OpenStack distribution on Earth, a very powerful new capability for the customers that we already have and already run us. I was visiting a customer quite recently, and he was, they had a small team that wanted to have some new developer-oriented capabilities in their infrastructure, and they had gotten up 300 VMs worth of OpenStack. Next to him in the meeting sat the operations guy who was running 30,000 plus VMs on their VMware full stack. They were so thrilled that they could bring that together and just say, boy, one common infrastructure now enables developers and next generation innovation with the broad deployment and infrastructure that I'm running onto a single platform, just solve their problems in a powerful and elegant and cost-effective way. This continues a long-standing commitment that VMware has to participate in the OpenStack efforts. And particularly with our Nicira acquisition, they were in fact doing OpenStack work before the OpenStack itself was formed and announced in 2011. We've continued to be participating and innovating in that area with the Neutron work. We joined the OpenStack Foundation. We've continued to find ways to innovate through the management layer, through the storage layer of Cinder, and now, right, with many other specific bindings of OpenStack technologies against the VMware ingredients. And we've even launched some of the working groups, such as the policy working group that we are now the drivers of with the Congress policy work. A long-standing and expanding commitment to making OpenStack and VMware the best possible way to receive and participate in OpenStack technology. vSphere 6. An enormous release of vSphere, not an enormous release, the biggest ever release of our flagship product, vSphere 6. Over 650 new features as part of this release as we're coming forward. Tested, validated, the longest beta, most complete beta process that we've run in bringing foundational new technologies to the marketplace. Many innovations, one of those instant clone for containers, 3D support for graphics and VDI capabilities, scale improvements at the management levels with vCenter, big data Hadoop support. But three in particular that I want to talk about just a little bit more deeply is some of the breakthrough of scale and performance and some of the industry first in resilience and availability capabilities. And simply put, big numbers. Doubling the number of hosts per cluster, so going from 32 to 64 hosts in a vSphere cluster simply allows the continued scale and improvements that allow at larger and larger management of VMs and larger footprints in the data center. 4x the VMs per host and 4x the virtual RAM per VM, so this takes it up to 4 terabytes. And maybe SAP HANA is the best example for that, because HANA environments are large and in memory. And a 4 terabyte footprint allows for essentially 100% of HANA customers to now run everything virtualized. Huge demand and interest from our customers in this area. Simply put, breakthroughs in power and scale of our flagship product, vSphere 6.0. But it's also breakthroughs in resilience and availability. Our customers have been anxious for the ability to vMotion, that core innovation that VMware did, that we could actually take running workloads and migrate them to another host. And now they can run it right across vCenter instances, something that allows them to have more flexibility for how they will manage workloads and DR capacities and so on. But maybe even more exciting than that is long-distance vMotion, where literally they can now be vMotioning running workloads across data centers, across town, across states, and across countries. And literally where they can now rethink all aspects of how they manage, migrate, and run workloads. Powerful capabilities, first of kind breakthroughs. This one I particularly like, since when I was at EMC, I was very motivated to have this capability to complement some of the EMC technologies. So we've been pushing on making this breakthrough happen. And I'm just thrilled that we're bringing it to market today with long-distance vMotion. Fault tolerance for multi-processor VMs, so up to 4 vCPUs can now be run in a fault-tolerant way. And as we've tested our customers, the large majority of their mission-critical applications fall within this envelope, and now they can run native fault tolerance directly on the platform. Again, another fundamental breakthrough in resilience and availability, and something our customers are absolutely thrilled that they can start to take advantage of this to bring more availability, resilience into their highest and most important applications. The fourth of our major announcement series today is in storage. storage with vSAN and storage with vVol. vSAN 6.0, the first and the most important aspect of this is simplicity. It is just so easy to manage, deploy, provision storage within the vCenter environment now. vSAN 6 adds all-flash architectures, and with that, significant new use cases open up as customers are very interested in all-flash configurations. Additions of enterprise data services. So in this case, we can now do snapshots and clones. It's also added things like rack awareness to the capabilities. With flash, we see up to 4x the IOP performance improvements, and on hybrid flash and hard drive configurations, a doubling of performance of the storage capabilities, and expanded support for JBOD and Blade architectures as well, opening up the aperture of the hardware configurations that our customers can take advantage of with the vSAN technology. And clearly we're seeing that the use cases for this virtual storage infrastructure, test and dev, disaster recovery, VDI environments, and with many of the features that we're announcing, business critical applications as well. In the 3 quarters since we've launched vSAN, over 1,000 customers, and we're just thrilled to see the momentum that this is gaining in the marketplace. One of the most powerful aspects of software-defined storage is this idea of storage policy-based management, where you can now define policies and let the VMware stack of software manage and execute against those policies. With vSAN, we can do that for local store within the vCluster, but with today's announcement of virtual volumes, or vVol, as it's often called by shorthand in the industry, we can now enable that same storage policy management onto third-party and external arrays. And this allows you to have that same flexibility, that same management, that same profile being fully realized through external and third-party storage arrays, a powerful enabler of the industry. And as a result of this, we've seen extremely broad ecosystem support for this. The big players, the small players, the new flash-only players, geographic players, all of them see vVol as a technology base that they can embrace and enhance their product lines using this new capability. All major storage vendors have announced support for this. Several have already announced specific products for this. And we expect in the course of 2015 that essentially all of the storage industry will be delivering vVol-capable products in the marketplace. A lot of excitement from the storage industry to extend and improve the capabilities of their products for the virtual machine environment. So in summary, let's look at the news of the day. The first time ever we can really deliver hybrid networking, the ability to tie together on-premise environments with hybrid networking capabilities to view the public cloud as an extension of their on-premise data center. A true game-changing capability, and we think disrupts the entire cloud market. VMware integrated OpenStack, a fundamental embrace of this innovation, this dynamic environment around OpenStack, but delivering it with the rock-hard, broad, industry-leading VMware ingredients, a fundamental new set of technologies that our customers can embrace to enable new developer environments, new models of APIs and consumptions for their users, but continuing to deliver without disruption the scale and environment and the performant capabilities, all available for free to our enterprise customers. The flagship product, the vSphere 6, wow, 650 new features as part of this, fundamental new use cases enabled as part of it. This is a huge, this is the biggest ever release of vSphere. And finally, major advancements in the storage technology with vSAN 6, as well as with virtual volumes. Key new enablers of delivering enterprise-class storage through a fully automated policy-based approach with the VMware technology stack. Taken together, wow. What a way to start 2015 with this comprehensive set of new product technologies. We are thrilled to be able to bring them forward to our customers. We've seen extraordinary response from them, And this is a great way to start 2015. And with that, I'd like to transition to Ben Fathi. Ben, our CTO, will be drilling into the details. He'll give demonstrations. He'll show how this any app concept works across one cloud environment, as we've discussed today. And we really have, at the next level, just some incredible details and examples of how today's announcement can be implemented in your environment. Thank you very much.